Vast.
edited, or is the
That
actual
vast sea of
episode going to be an
people.
hour of waiting?
Oh God, we're here.
the
It's
real
this.
life?
Listen, I don't edit. It's just
Is
straight live.
this a fantasy?
Yeah.
Caught in a landslide.
So we're live.
Actually, I have the first.
Sorry.
I saw the first episode and like half of the first little bit part. I couldn't hear anything. Was that just my end or?
No, that was me.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That was me. I messed up the first part. It's
Oh.
just fine. It took a bit to get back into the setup, but we're okay. We're okay now.
It's been a while. You're good. You're good. We're good.
Yeah, the first part I was like, oh my God, there was no audio.
Oh
You
no.
are fabulous, Crystal. Don't let anybody dull your sparkle. We're all good.
Yeah. Don't dull my spark.
Don't dull my sparkle.
Exactly.
I'll be reminding you of this incident later on tonight.
Don't dull my sparkle.
Let's do it.
You need to
Let's
get
do
a
it.
shirt
Play the
that
game.
that.
We play the game. We can have those made here. You can have just about any shirt made here.
God damn it. That's too much power.
Oh God. Okay, so is everyone in Foundry? Yes? Everyone's in Foundry?
We are.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I know it.
Yes.
Wee.
Alright, anyway, so a quick recap. It has been 6 weeks since the defeat of Lust, and the team is starting to get back together, getting ready to embark on their next journey to Acedia and to face the sin of sloth. During their 6 weeks, they lost a couple of teammates who went off on their own adventures, and gained a couple of teammates who we'll see what's going on with them later.
Boy. Sorry.
Sidian also made a new companion. That we will also see how that works out later. Centurion went off to train and did not speak to anyone for a full 6 weeks. Came back almost like a new rabbit.
Silent treatment, huh?
And now Mercedes had a run-in with our newest companion, Marlin, along with Mel. And it was definitely a rough conversation, but all's well that ends well. Mel has her badger and is now wreaking havoc on Sutton Outpost. The sun is now
Yay.
starting to set on the first day. What would you guys like to do?
What?
The sun,
Eating dinner, I
the
guess.
sun is the sun
I
is
thought we
starting to
were-
set, or like
The sun is starting to set.
awesome. How long has it been since I gave the
Hmm.
badger to?
We'll say probably about an hour.
Cool. Just wondering how long it's going to be until someone notices that that thing has like good mobility, can burrow, and I mean just to double check something. Yeah. Ugh. You know, with that and the fact that it can burrow 10 feet per 6 seconds,
Yeah,
I'm
should
sure
be
it'll
fun.
fine.
It'll be
Burrow
fine.
to the center of the earth and
Mel's
melted
kind
into
of-
defeat.
Mel's kind
Pressure.
of vanished.
Responsible.
I'm sure
Okay,
that's fine.
There's one thing though. It's depend. You said it's getting dark, or is it hit night yet?
The sun is setting. We're in a twilight kind of phase where there is still sunlight, but you could start to see the purples and blues of the night sky showing up.
All right, then it probably won't hit until the sun's fully set.
Correct.
I'm wondering. 'Cause I noticed. Did our friend come back? Because I noticed she left with her food like almost immediately after we had our like quick discussion.
Yes. She did come back saying, you guys buy the horses. And she just kind of was like, just gonna keep going forward.
You want to... Sid, I think, yawns and says, does anybody wish to talk about any plans, or are we just going to wing it?
I don't
Like-
think we'll be prepared, Sidian, until we start moving towards that direction.
Like, I'm fine with winging it too, but
We'll
like,
have a better...
at least talking might help, but I'm not saying no to getting some sleep at this point.
She just
You
kind of
need
waves
sleep,
as you guys
Stan.
are talking. She's definitely going back to the.
Oh, is that sorry, Mercy?
She just said, you need sleep, Sidian. So I suggest you finish your supper and be off to bed with you.
I mean, I don't want to wake up too early either. Don't want to be waiting on you guys too long. Trust me,
You'll be up
fall asleep
plenty
like a
early,
section.
I'm sure. Then I suggest you start on that sleep now. You have sleep to catch up on, Sidian.
If we're gonna have a conversation, miss that either. So,
That too.
kind of gesturing to everybody. Anything anybody wants to get off the
Does
table at the
anyone-
moment, or
Any
I got
insight
one.
that we can't wait to hear until the morning?
I don't have insight. I just had a question.
yeah?
Where do you guys keep your baths around here? River or something?
Sid chuckles.
I don't know. Where do we?
Are you at?
Oh
was that
wait, yeah,
question?
by
Repeating it?
the mountain,
Yep.
the hot tub mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some people know about it. I'm
Mount
assuming
Hot Tub.
people know about it.
Hot tub mountain.
Mount
I hope
Hot
people know
Tub.
about it.
Sorry.
I think at that Mercedes would just like glance to the side and blush.
I'm
There
just gonna.
are places for bathing, certainly.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say I don't know the context of what happened. I didn't think it was that.
And neither do
crazy.
you want to know.
I mean, honestly, I could say yes and no, but is it like out in? Is it literally that watering fountain? He points to the fountain up ahead of us. Is that where you're bathing? Is that why you're
No, it's up on the
that
hill.
nosy? All right, then I'm not entirely seeing the reason why. Never mind. Come on,
I don't know if Sid ever got filled in on everything that happened there.
I've been on the road for too long without one of these. Did we eat dinner or did we just grab lunch and just skip that? Or are we doing this later? Like, how late is dinner here usually?
It's later in the day. It's starting to get dark, so it's supper time.
I assume like the meeting happened like mid to late day,
Yeah.
and now we're having dinner.
Mhm.
Okay, so we had dinner and we're just now getting into like late night.
Yeah.
I got a
Awesome.
question
Mm-hmm.
out of curiosity. Newbie, and he kind of points over to Cruel. You seem a little skittish about something. Anything you want to? Oh, she's already gone. Okay, I thought that she was still having a conversation.
You guys. Oh no, she's like.
You are roboting
Yeah, I
really
was like,
hard.
is that just me? Oh god.
She is secretly Warforged, guys.
Oh wow.
I didn't know you were related to Onyx.
No, not better than.
No,
yes.
not yet.
Better.
No,
Oh.
not yet.
I can understand you with this
It's
roboting,
weirdly,
but
like-
it's roboting big time. It's
There's
it's
no.
like if
weirdly,
your
like,
voice was
consistent.
made out of soda pop.
Is that a good
If-
thing? This
No.
is okay now, right?
It's not like it's
No.
glitchy. It's more like jittery.
It's
It's
honestly,
very yeah.
It
heard
might be
out of our
good to
voice.
leave and come back.
If you want to hear it, go to a live stream right now on YouTube and you can hear yourself talk.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Also, Centurion, if you're saying anything,
It sounds like me in chat when it first came out.
okay.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
good.
There she goes. Maybe.
Come back to us, Kim.
Now, will she come back cured?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I thought that she had walked
You
towards
can
the group,
do
not walked
it.
away. Okay.
I have no idea. Am I able to move Lionel, or can I just ask you to move him when I leave for the
You
night?
should be able to move him too.
I have no idea. I can I have when I click on him, I can do like the arrow thingy.
One second. Let me see. Let me make sure you have the right permissions. Okay, try to move him now.
Hey, it works.
Yay!
Neat.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Cool. Then I am essentially climbed on top, and we are headed towards this unknown Mount Hot Tub.
Mount Hot Tub.
Mount Hot Tub. Perfect.
I guess at this point, Kimmy's
Yes,
still
you will
not
find
back,
the finest amenities here.
No, I hope
Kimmy's-
that's okay.
Hopefully everything's alright.
Okay, now, do you actually say that to him while he's leaving up to this mountain?
Oh, there
Oh.
she is. Maybe.
Sure.
I'm still a robot and I don't know how
Yep.
to fix it.
Oh no!
Oh god, you are Warforged.
Yeah, okay, well, apparently this is a big relation with Kroll.
Can we go?
You're also quieter. Is she quieter for anybody else?
Yeah, she
A
seems
little
like
bit.
further away.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It was working just fine. Right?
We were talking like not even 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe mic issue? Try.
Maybe try unplugging and replugging?
Yeah.
Have you plugged it in and unplugged
the
it and
old
plugged it
Game
back
Boy?
in?
Give it the old Game Boy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yes, Cruella left. She went to the sleeping quarters. So just
Okay.
she's sleeping until tomorrow morning because I'm gonna try to fix this.
Okay. Good luck,
luck with
sorry.
that. If you fix it, you can just say you busted back in on the scene for whatever
Woke
reason.
up.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10.
I'll be listening
All right.
on the live stream.
Sounds good.
Okay. Hot Tub Mountain, yes.
I think
Right. Finest amenities. Well, I hope there's little. I have no idea what that even means. Finest amenities for us. I think.
I guess see how that goes.
This is the best you'll be finding here at Sutton. That's for certain. But it'll do. As cleanliness is close to godliness.
It rolls his eyes.
You will hear a very audible chuckle.
Is there anything else that you require, or shall I leave you to your ablutions?
Nothing I normally ask for on the first time, but we'll see how it goes. Until then, sister. Come on, Lionel.
Until then, perfect. And pew, she'll turn around and get away from the hot tub mountain.
I mean, are you finishing your dinner, or are you just leaving now? Oh, or did you go with him
No,
there?
I mean, it went with him to show him where the
Oh, okay.
hot tub was.
How far?
How far? Where?
Like the base of the mountain, or like
Uh,
did you go like to the
Like,
tub?
Just point up the way, or did you actually show me how to get up to the mountain and show them that's the thing? That's the actual tub. Okay, goodbye, and then just walk away.
Yeah, I mean, kind of climbed up there, showed him the tub, and then walked away.
Cool. Cool. Before you did that, though, you did notice that even like halfway up the mountain, it was essentially already just the cloak was already draped over the lion, so he just had like a not even a shirt. He just had like an overcoat that's like only on him halfway. So you would have noticed over one of his shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
aside from the usual scarring and the otherwise sparse but well decorated tattoo, there seems to be almost tattoo, but it almost looks like it's branded onto the side of his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be putting it in, I think, campaign art, or yeah.
Campaign artworks.
Awesome. This is what you'll see on there. As well as this other font. One of them is technically crossed out with a scar over it. The bottom one with the tree and the wolves has been crossed out. But it looks like someone did it by hand with a knife.
Ah, okay. So changing guilds or something. Very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it
You're
should be about it.
intriguing.
Unless you wait to watch him jump in and essentially cannonball into it.
Woo!
Which is an odd show because the lion immediately takes offense and jumps in and doing the same to splash him.
Splash.
Party at the pool.
Which is unfortunate because he immediately has to get out and take off all the stuff that he just dragged into the pool, which is a few of his clothes and some of the bags he had with him in the lion. But then, yeah, he get back in and start the process.
Let everything else dry off. Yeah,
Yeah. It was not smart to do that, but they did it anyway.
fair enough. Sid, I think, while they went off, would ask Centurion while they're kind of sitting, I assume, at the table. So what's up with you? You seem a little odd. Since the last time we met.
Centurion definitely keeps his quiet. He doesn't really even look at you. He just kind of moves his foot around a bit, and then he turns to you and says, "I really wouldn't know, would I?"
It gives like a confused look, like, is that supposed to make sense? Wouldn't know what?
Since last time, I don't remember. You're saying, what you've been up to since last time, and I really wouldn't know because I don't remember much. So what last time was?
You hit your head or something?
Well, I mean, you definitely can't see his eyes under his hood, but he just kind of blankly stares.
Hmm.
No.
How many times did you go drinking with Merzies?
Yeah, good question.
All
Sid
the
is just
times.
kind of looking confused at this encounter, and I would like to blink, and when I take a long blink, and when I open my eyes, detect magic. Is there something? Is this like trying to detect? Is this something magical? What would be up magically, or is this like something psychological? In which case, there would probably be nothing visible.
Okay. So you roll your detect magic on Centurion. Let me just double check a couple things here.
Should I roll? Maybe like some Arcana, if I don't know. Don't know. We'll see.
One second.
No, I'm kidding.
Listen, I said 1 second. So, you do sense some magic coming from Centurion. Obviously, you're able to detect the magic items that he has on him that you are familiar with and what he uses, so none of that's surprising to you.
Nothing new, I assume, at this point.
But since this is the first time that you've actually cast magic on Centurion, you do see a faint aura around Centurion as a whole, as if something inside of him is magical. But it's odd because it's a weird mixture of not one pure magic, You do know that it is both divination and necrotic magic. I don't know if that's the right word, but those two.
Necromancy.
There we go.
And
Yep.
Interesting. So he's gonna kind of look at that. Is this like a, because there's the aura around him, but it also seems like there's something within him that's separate.
It's as if the aura is exuding from him, from inside of him.
Okay.
Okay. Does Centurion kind of notice this? If FYI.
You will hear him casting a spell because it is verbal and somatic, so you do know that he casts something.
Let me actually double check, because I don't know if the casting with this casting would. I don't know. Let me double check. Where is Detect Magic? It should be on my sheet. Why is Detect Magic not on the sheet? When I remade the sheet for
you know what? Ignore everything I just said.
Okay. You know what it is? It's because I remade the sheet for the new link that you had, and I chose Eldritch Adept, but I forgot to make a choice on what invocation.
Good
So
job.
I'm gonna go work on changing that, but I'm gonna go work on changing that.
I've got pocket aces, but I'm just gonna hide them.
That's on me. That's on me.
No, I know you had Detect Magic
I
before,
had
so.
missile
yeah.
something. Yeah.
On the invocation and all that. Where is the ability score increase, or would that be under race? Let me check. Okay. Yeah, Eldritch Sight. Okay, so it's Detect Magic at will without expending a spell slot. So it doesn't say anything about not using verbal material. Should I roll something contested, or should I mean, I think that's decent.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything contested.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I'm
not particularly trying to hide this, I think, either.
Yeah. Centurion, you do know that probably from the past times that Sidian has cast Detect Magic, he is casting a Detect Magic spell. He's trying to see what magic there is around him.
What do you do? Based off of prior knowledge? I don't know how that works.
It is the same verbal word that probably he used before.
He does do a quick glance and a quick glare over at Sid. He doesn't try to intimidate, but it's definitely glaring at him. And he gets him really close and says, you shouldn't go looking into things you don't understand.
What don't I understand, then? Enlighten me. He says, I think, with a bit of a defiant look.
And he just looks at him and like his defiant look, if you will. And you can definitely tell he's trying to hold something back. And he just leaves, gets up and leaves.
It kind of does a little grunt at that. I think in any other circumstance he would follow after and try to get a bit more, but I think right now he's just a little too tired. And also we could save this for more drama later down the line.
Yeah, more drama later. Spread out the drama.
Well, seeing that everybody else is left now, Sid is gonna kind of get up and says, well, I guess I'm gonna get some sleep. Onyx actually also kind of looks at him as he gets up and says, is there anything you wish me to do at the moment, Master? And kind of looks back at him and says, not really at the moment. If you want to do something in the meantime, you're more than welcome to. And Sid kind of walks off, and after a moment or two, Onyx just says to himself, okay. and remains sitting there for the moment. Yeah, so Sid is going to head off to sleep.
Perfect. We have 2 people sleeping now. The other 3 that are still awake, what are you guys doing?
I guess coming down the mountain and probably heading off to the sleeping quarters as well.
You do hear a massive
Say a
roar
quick good
right
night.
before you hit the door.
Oh. Well, at least it's not Careless Whispers on some ram's horn saxophone thing.
Not a ram's horn, it's less horn.
But somewhere
Right,
in the
that's right.
distance,
How did I forget?
super far,
But if you listen closely, you could still hear the echoes of Careless Whispers blowing through the night.
no one knows,
Onyx
but
looks
he actually
confused.
taught the song. He actually taught the song to Merzus. He's just playing it on something else.
I mean, they did mean that, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. As Mercy is actually coming down the mountain, Onyx, I think, as he's just kind of observing the area around him at the moment, he would actually kind of get up and like slowly begin to approach her. Does she do anything to avoid him or walk towards him? I do not know.
And
Ignore him?
she, I suppose, would turn towards him and, still unsure at this robot thing. Didn't mean to move that far. And kind of smile and then like nod, like how you do awkwardly in the hallway. And but
Greetings.
then she's also like, okay, yeah, this is my brother's creation, and he's not quite he's not human, but yeah, hello, greetings.
Greetings. How are you doing this evening?
I am well. Pensive, but well.
Just kind of does a
And
little blink.
How do you fare, Onyx?
I am doing all right. I am trying to learn as much as I can on the group, so to say, that I can help out as best as possible.
Oh, well, if there's any information I might be able to relay to you, I can certainly do that, Onyx.
Thank you. Why did you scold Sydney earlier? I do not understand.
This thing is programmed with bias. I will not have. Well, of course it is. It's Sidian's creation.
All thoughts going through her head, I assume.
It's your brother's invention. You know he had to program it to ask you.
She just takes her sword out and shucks it like a shotgun. No, not really.
I do want to just say real quick, I don't want to like try and
your brother can make you that.
Like if she did that in real, like, and actually did that, just cocked her sword.
Cock her sword.
Jesus. Shoot him!
Cock her sword. Jeez. No, I do want to say real quick. I don't want to say. Just as a little bit of insight into Onyx, like this is not necessarily just 100% like, why do you criticize your brother? You should be nicer to your brother. This is partially he doesn't understand.
I am being facetious. I understand this. But in earnest answer to his question, Mercedes will
decapitate him.
Glance at her shoe and then then back up to Onyx. I just want people to be safe and well.
This computes.
It does?
Yes. You thought that she was being endangered by the small fuzzy animal. Well, large, fuzzy animal.
Well, yes, of course I
Large.
did. It was a large and fuzzy,
Fluffy.
yes, but
Fluffy.
also strange animal to her, gifted by a strange man, whom she does not know, and she is indeed a child, so I intended to act in her best interest. Children don't often know what is best for them.
I will keep this information in mind. Is there anything I can help with in this evening?
Simply make sure that Sidian gets the best rest that he can. He's been working very hard on your conception and birth.
I think
So
Onyx kind of cocks
make
his
sure
head.
that he
I was not born. I was created.
creation then. And
Yes.
indeed, just be sure that when you power down tonight, that he is sleeping well. Would you do that for me, Onyx?
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
And thank you. Then I shall say good night.
Good night, Mercedes. Rest well. And he'll, I think,
You too.
slowly start turning around and shuffling back over to Sid's lab. Kind of still looking
Right.
around at other things.
And Mercedes will go into the sleeping quarters. And after her hour of prayers, she will snuggle into bed.
Perfect. 4 down. 2 to go. Centurion and Marlin, what are you guys doing?
Depends on how long he's gonna stay up. I'm probably not doing my thing until I hit roughly midnight.
So Centurion, what are you doing for naps? Nighttime.
Brooding. Sorry. I don't need to answer for him.
He's probably just gonna
No,
go back.
you're right. He's brooding mysteriously. I'm sorry.
Probably. No, he's just gonna probably go back in towards the direction of the forest. He left some stuff, and well, he still doesn't feel comfortable with everything.
Okay. Is that where you spend your night?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
He's disappeared again. Cool.
And Marlin. It now gets very late. The moon is now out and the sky is now dark. What are you doing?
Finishing up my usuals, and just a nice soak in the tub for the first time in a while after the travels, and enjoying the nice new look of my friend now that he's nice and clean and all gussied up in starlight. I, getting dressed, drying off. No, not even drying off. We're coming back half dressed, leaking water about everywhere. So, because the stuff, now that I realize it was like halfway to it was already setting sun, so there was no way the stuff we threw out was going to dry out. So we're just put half of it back on, and you could hear us walking back. So, none of that. Just dry. Were we told where the sleeping quarters were? Because I don't think they ever straight up told us. At least not me and him specifically.
No, I don't
I
think
have no
anyone.
idea
No.
where anything is.
They told you where the
No.
kitchen was. That's about it.
All right, then I'm
I
going
would assume
to.
that would have come out
Where's
during the
the
tour,
door?
but okay.
I don't think we actually covered it. We stopped halfway to get to food because we're kind of like
It's also fair.
pushing for that
Yeah, there
specifically.
wasn't really a tour.
Fair.
All right, I am going to randomly guess a building and see what happens. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, out of the first 2 buildings I see, just get my line here. There's now a lion with me that is also partially very wet. Peter's being slow. Let me just roll that. Did it die? That's the 1. Ah. Yeah. Okay. That's not gonna end great.
Which one do you try?
The first one there.
So,
So here's the thing. Yeah, this one over here, kind of moving around, peeking, trying to see if this is where people sleep or not.
no. This is
No.
primarily kept for feed for animals and as a second storage.
Mercy walked in there, so I don't
Mercy
know if something's up
certainly
with her.
turnly walked in there. I don't know if she knows exactly where she's going,
I
but
don't.
The
I'm
way
assuming
was
she knows
is
where her
that right?
actual room was. Yeah, I'm
No,
assuming
no.
she did her. I'm assuming she's with Mother Bassina or
Oh,
something,
okay,
and
this one
one
down
of the other
here.
that
She's
adults.
been
long house down there at the
sleeping with the
bottom is
horses.
the kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That long house down here at the bottom is the actual sleeping quarters. So we'll see if he ever gets there.
I have no idea. Now, is there anything stopping me from entering this place?
No.
Cool. And then there's just livestock, animals and stuff here, hay and whatnot.
Yeah. Mostly a lot of hay. Very few animals, but there are a couple of horses that are still in here. Um, a couple of chickens are in here, and that's really about it.
Now let me just roll to see how much of that is given to me. All right, line's up. Yeah, sure. There might be a chicken missing in the morning, but just having a good old time sleeping on hay just brings back good old memories of just
And just
traveling.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, should be about it. Don't think there'd be anything else other than the usual. I don't know. There's not much else.
And it's got a couple feathers sticking out its mouth.
Perfect.
Look, lions gotta eat a lot, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's us, and I have a wonderful pillow. Or sleeping buddy.
Wonderful. So then, your night passes.
Lovely.
Most of your nights passes pretty uneventfully. It turns into midnight and then starts turning into the early hours of the morning, 3, 4 a.m., and that is when, Mercedes, something strange happens to you.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
I'm
all
all ears.
It's the return of the saxophone.
But you're the one playing it.
Mercedes, this is odd because
Everything was so choppy. What just happened?
Back to the
Mercedes
jungle.
is doing something.
Mercedes is about to transform.
Mercedes,
Sailor
werewolf?
Saloon.
this is odd because you've had
Woo!
dreams and visions
That's the big
before,
twist. She's Sailor Moon, everybody.
but this.
Oh my gosh, I love that. In the name of the moon, I will punish you.
It tracks.
So
I mean,
Mercedes.
you can.
Does that make Saloon? Wait, does that make Saloon tuxedo hat?
Oh God. What?
Tuxedo mask. Get it right?
Whatever. Same
Don't say it
thing.
at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just useless to defeat
Okay,
your
but-
title, right?
You might not have a husband after this trip.
Oh God. But anyways,
My one
Mercedes,
theory-
it is it's odd because you've had visions before, but this isn't like the last visions you had. This is different. It's more personal. You feel everything that's going on, and the first thing you notice is that it's very hot. The sun is shining down and it's just beating on your armor, making you sweat profusely. However, that's
Ooh.
not the first thing on your mind. The heat is actually kind of the farthest thing from your mind right now. Instead, what you're focused on is your mission. And you know your life and the life of many depend on your success. You look down at your hand, and there's your blade, entrusted to you by your deity, shining brightly as it bounces off, as the light of it bounces off the thick black scales of a serpent in front of you. Deep red eyes stare momentarily into your soul, taunting you as if to say, there's no way you'll ever be able to defeat him. But you know you still have to try. His mouth opens wide and you could see his fangs, each one about the length of your body, dripping in a vile green poison. And it was in that split second that you decided to make your move. You plunge your body into the open mouth of this large serpent in front of you. And as you do so, one of its fangs pierces deeply into your shoulder. However, you pierce back, and your blade shoves through the roof of its mouth. You feel this burning sensation rip through your body, but at the same time, it's quickly masked by this triumphant success that fills you as the serpent falls to the ground. You land on the ground, and you're shaking, and you're weak, but you did it. You fulfilled your mission, and now you just want to rest. You're tired.
Oh, no. No,
And
I can't rest.
And so you start walking away from the serpent. And you walk for days and days on end, each day more painful than the last as this poison continues to slowly spread through your body. You start to feel it little by little killing off each individual cell that makes up who you are. But you know you can't stop. This isn't where you're supposed to stop. The heat turns into this freezing cold. And it's almost as if this chill ice water has filled every inch of your bones, making it harder and harder to move, but you keep pushing through. Until finally, you reach a point where it's no longer cold. It's no longer hot. In fact, you don't feel anything. You just sit down and you rest. And then you wake up.
Oh,
That's a lot.
I think, yeah. I think Mercedes would
Spooky.
jolt up, probably flinging Ballard across the room, who was sitting on her shoulder, and just shout out to the top of her lungs, "No! I cannot stop now!" Probably to the grumblings of her roommates.
So I think the only person
Just,
in the sleeping quarters with you is Cruel. I think everyone else kind of has their own sleeping areas. So Cruel, you hear Mercedes jump up and start yelling. This is about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
So as soon as she hears like the scream, I'm assuming this is like an open space where everybody can kind of just see each other, kind of like a dining hall almost. Out of pure instinct, she grabs her bow and arrow and has it like pointed out to the direction of the noise, only to see Mercedes sitting up straight, kind of like, I'm assuming panting and kind of almost hysteric.
Yes.
She immediately...
She looks...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Pale and waxen. Oh, sorry, yeah, she looks just pale and waxen and, like, frazzled.
Yeah, so Cruel ends up lowering her bow, and she sighs kind of in relief and kind of irritation before she decides, new teammate, I'm gonna go make my way over and just check on her. Before she does, she grabs her water skin, and she does her best not to like spook her as she comes up, and is surprised nobody else is awake. But she approaches her and she's like, you okay? as she offers her water skin to her.
Hey, I'm awake, aren't I? I am. And she'll sort of pat herself.
Corral kind of looks at her like,
And
is
then,
that a question? Like, very confused, but she's also half awake herself.
And then near your feet, Corral, you will hear a disgruntled little Scottish voice just shout, "Well, I know I am now. You scared the daylights out of me, lass."
Corral immediately kind of freaks out, not expecting to see a talking Scottish mouse by her feet, and she nearly kicks it, but just before she does, like, she stops herself, realizing this is probably not the weirdest thing I've seen. But she just kind of waits to see if Mercedes freaks out, because if Mercedes freaks out, then she's gonna punt this thing.
And Mercedes immediately rolls out of bed and reaches a hand out to the mouse to pick him up and set him on the foot of the bed. "I am so sorry, Ballard. I did not mean to. Did I throw you?" "Aye, you did, lass." "But there's no trouble. Are you all right?" I am. I think I'm all right.
Do you often have night terrors? I just out of curiosity.
This was different. This wasn't just a dream. This was a vision. I wanted to stop, just to stop and rest, but I knew I couldn't, and I was fighting a serpent, and it had these great red eyes, and it bit me, and I struck it in turn, and
Corral
then
sits on
walked.
the edge of the person's bed next to her, oh my god, your character's name is Mercedes. So she sits
Mercy.
on some stranger's bed at the end of it as she listens to her kind of like rant on about her dream, and she's doing her best to try to look like she's paying attention, but all she can think of is, like, you could see like she's half falling asleep, but she's nodding at the same time, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Spider.
Oh, poor girl.
Stabbing. Yes?
A spider? No. I'm sorry, you are probably as exhausted as I am.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You do you want to take a walk? We've got a long day ahead of us.
No.
Maybe some fresh air would.
No, not a walk, just rest. But no, I can't rest. Not according to this vision. But just tonight, it can't hurt just to rest. Sleep, not avoidance, but sleep. Just a little rest. Yes.
I mean, dreams. I don't know what it's like to have nightmares like that, but yeah, you shouldn't take them so seriously. They'll keep you up all night. It's
No, you don't understand. I do, and I must. The goddess Saloon, she speaks to me through the and there's got to be some explanation for it. We'll be delving into the den of yet another sin. I'll not take this as coincidence.
She kind of looks at the mouse to see if the mouse has any reaction to any of this. Like, is she crazy? Is this normal?
The mouse is sitting on the bed with his little teeny tiny sword laying over his knees, and he's stroking his chin, just thinking and nodding. You know, I can keep watch for you, Sister Mercedes. This is no trouble. I've done it before, and I'll just rest on your shoulder as you carry me out to the morn. But for now, you, both of you, I'd say, need to sleep.
I agree with the mouse. You're probably just stressed for the
Of course.
the plans ahead. If it makes you feel any better, I can sleep here. And she doesn't really make the choice of offering. She kind of just sleeps in this bed next to the stranger because she's tired.
I will say that bed is empty.
Oh, thank God.
This sleeping hall is primarily used for just adventurers. Everyone that is actually residing and refugee of Set Napo sleeps outside of this area in the tents at the bottom. But right now it is very sparse with adventurers. They're all out doing their things or fighting Pride in Suburbia.
Fun. So yeah, she ends up like saying that she'll take up watch in this space as she slowly tucks herself back into bed, not realizing she's not really fully aware that she's doing that. She's like, I'll be here for you. Snoozes out as soon as her head hits that pillow.
And Mercedes will just nod and with a look heavenward, she'll mutter a quiet prayer to Saloon. Oh, merciful goddess, hear me now. I know that these visions are not a coincidence, and I would ask that you please guide me to do what must be done, and to not ignore the work that must be done. Please, don't let me fail these good people. In your most holy name, I pray. Amen. And she'll flop back onto the pillow, mind racing, and trying to
Perfect.
sleep under the watchful eye of Ballard.
If I can have Sidian and Cruel make me a perception check at disadvantage. Mercedes, if I could have...
Sidian,
Yep.
Sidian there?
Nope. Make me a perception check at disadvantage. And Mercedes,
Interesting.
make me a perception check. Just a straight roll perception check.
You said at disadvantage, right?
Yes, please.
Oh.
6. The first one was a 14. Second one's a
Perfect.
6.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Perception. 17?
Perfect. Marlene, you're back. If I could please have you roll a perception check at, no, just a straight
Interesting.
perception check, please.
Did something happen to
Merlin, you're
Molly?
muted. You're muted. I don't know if you mean to be muted.
Oh. Perfect.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Perception
Dirty
check,
20.
please. Thank you.
D&D Beyond was so much nicer to me. Fuck, I'm not rolling on this thing again.
I saw that. I was like, dang.
Like, I rolled on it, but I was like, oh, maybe
Rough.
it'll be better if I just put it there, because it would make sense. But I'm like, oh, if I type it out, that's not right. I'll just do it on this. Fuck you.
So Marlon, Mercedes, and Cruel, you guys all hear, shortly after this whole scene with Mercedes and her vision, a loud scream
Oh,
coming from
Oh.
the forest
I don't notice this, right?
outside of Sutton
Oh.
Outpost. Sidian, you are too exhausted.
Should I roll for Onyx?
Yeah, I'll allow you rolling for Onyx. I don't know if you would
We
do
might have to
anything.
kill something, so yeah. Would
He's
his
met perception.
sensors pick up on it?
Would this also be a disadvantage?
No,
or
this
would
one would be a straight roll.
That's actually 19. Sweet.
Perfect. So then Onyx will
His
hear that too.
sensors kind of.
So Onyx, Cruel, Mercedes, and Marlin, you guys all hear at like 4 o'clock in the morning this loud scream, very guttural, coming from the forest outside of Sutton Outpost.
Does it sound feminine, masculine,
It sounds masculine.
animal, human?
Can you give us some Foley work for that? No, I'm kidding.
Example of the scream, go.
Does it sound like Centurion?
It does sound like Centurion.
That makes sense.
No!
Okay.
Centurion's dead. New character. Hopefully not. I don't think that's what's happening.
I'm
but
gonna
we'll see.
Oh shoot. Wait,
I
who's
like
gonna
how
replace him now?
everyone's reaction. I like how everyone's reaction is just this motherfucker's dead.
I said no.
If I-
I feel bad.
Question though, if I hear this early, I've not been asleep for that long, so I'm very groggy and angry. I'm going to see what this noise is.
What time is it again?
This is about
Actually?
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 a.m.
Yeah, so the
Fun.
sun's not actually up yet.
Nope.
So if anyone steps out, you're going to
Still
see.
in my shift. Gonna run out.
Okay, then you actually get to see this. Let's see. It'll be in the
Onyx will also run out.
and
Sorry,
humor.
he's not going to wake
Okay,
City up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Merlin is traveling with his lion. His lion now looks different. Under the now disappearing, like, because at 4 a.m., like, you can maybe see some dawn, but like nowhere near yet. You can still see
Yeah, it is
stars.
still pretty dark outside.
So Lionel kind of looks like this, right?
Ooh. Ooh. Excuse me. Does the breath smell like mint?
He's in the wrong
It
campaign.
feels like it would smell like mint. And also, yeah, that too.
No, but he and Merlin are like going over, looking very, very unhappy, just going like jogging pace to where they heard the scream. And like it was way down here, right?
It was
Yes, it-
over
no.
up here in this area.
Onyx. Up above?
Yep.
I don't know
Up
what
above.
where you're pointing.
Up above.
On the mountain? Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. There. Ah.
I'm up here. I'm up here.
Okay.
Which Onyx will also make.
Running in nothing but
So
Would we run into each other?
and
I
with
think
the
you guys
sword.
would run into each other.
Probably.
You guys are
Yeah,
all
they're
heading
running into
towards
each
the
other.
same direction, so yes, it would be everyone. All
Good to
together
see you
now.
this morning, Mercedes. He just
Good morning.
and you roughly around that time see like the lion, as well as Merzus, still in just like pants and
Merzus?
like an overcoat.
You mean
see him
Marlin?
Marlin.
You mean
Oh,
Marlin?
he's there too, but Merzus is also back.
Surprise!
That's the twist, guys.
That was a
He's the
scream.
one murdering him.
Cruel, what are you doing?
Same thing. She would have shot up already. Saw Mercy get up, and before she could even ask her anything, Mercy was just out, and she was like, I get. Normally, screaming doesn't mean run to it, but okay.
You clearly haven't been around us enough.
She like pokes her head out the door to see if anybody else was running, and then she doesn't see anyone else, but she could hear like
Oh,
from
you
a
see
distance.
a glowing lion.
Oh, okay.
I will
that's
also say-
exactly her reaction. Oh, okay.
Mhm, mhm.
I will also say that Onyx has summoned his sword and is using it as a torch after casting a light on it.
Okay,
Light spell.
I'll allow it.
She kind of looks over to where they're running, and she's kind of scratches her head, frustrated, but also like, new teammates. Okay, got it. And she puts 2 fingers to her lips and she whistles real loud, and then she starts running in the same direction that the light's coming from.
Okay. So you guys all run towards the forest. Centurion, what do they see?
Sorry, I just realized I was on mute.
What do we
Um,
see?
well, I would definitely say as you get closer or further into the forest, you'll definitely notice that a lot of trees have holes or just destroyed. And it gets more like that the further you go in. You do see Nyx sitting there, wagging his tail next to a fire. No Centurion.
Interesting.
Does Nick look
Centurion,
okay?
where'd you go?
You do hear almost all around you, if you will, no one particular place, just guttural, I don't know how to put it, growling.
Guttural growling.
Okay. And
It
then
is the rabbit from Monty Python.
and then for a split second, you guys think that you see almost like 2, maybe a third Centurion in the shadows.
Oh, what?
Before he walks out and you see it's just Centurion, very angrily as he puts his hood up, just yells at you guys asking what the hell you're doing here.
You screamed.
And
No one
that's
screamed.
when Mers is just going to jump down roughly this cliff and just roughly 10 feet from him.
That'd be
Going by
hilarious.
his
Not
line.
gonna lie, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's doing it. He's jumping down. If I can get this thing to move. I can't
Is
get
he
it to
actually
move.
jumping? Wait, again, are you saying Mers? Are you meaning Merzus or?
No,
Okay.
it's Merzus.
Oh my
He's
god,
there.
it's Marlin.
Yeah,
Who do you think? Like, who do you think the guy was? No, it's Marlin, and I'm never gonna get. My third character is gonna have an M name too, so just remember that.
You
That
did it
makes
yourself.
sense.
I'm
But
trying
you
to move away from the
definitely,
Z's, guys.
but you're definitely, how do I put it? He's definitely upset. He's angry. Centurion's just yelling, you know what? No one's supposed to be out here. It's not safe right now.
Are you in
Centurion?
distress?
What? Wait, I didn't hear that. What?
Centurion, what's the matter?
We're yelling this over a ravine. Like, how close are we getting to have a conversation?
As the flame continues to flicker and you see his shadow, it doesn't just cast 1, but 3. And he just says, right now, it's not safe. Everyone needs to leave.
Centurion, what is going on?
If it is unsafe, then why must you remain here?
He doesn't really say anything. He just kind of looks at Nyx, who's kind of like licking his hand. And he takes off his hood, and you see his face is also bandaged.
What's up with all the bandages?
He's the invisible man now. He's the hollow man.
Oh. Centurion, have you hurt yourself? Why do you look like that?
You just hear him softly say, "Not yet." He looks at you and he says, "I'm cleansing right now. Right now, you just need to leave. I'll be ready for when we need to go."
There's gonna be no more screaming. You're not gonna murder something out here, are you?
No.
That's all I need to hear. Come on, Lionel.
All
He
threats are neutralized.
before anyone else could say much else, he definitely uses a move you guys haven't seen. He uses Eldritch Blast to kind of blow out the fire before he
What
leaves.
fire are we talking about?
There was a fire in front of him, behind him, making a shadow.
Oh,
What's
right,
that,
okay, yeah. There's a
Yeah,
fire behind him, I see.
Yeah, and you could have sworn that this came not from his hands, but from his ears, almost.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, after he turns out the light or turns out the fire, he kind of just disappears.
I'm assuming like the Flash was like the retreating shadows, and he's never there. The essence of ninja.
Nope. Everything seems to be sorted out.
Yep. Nope. Just passing back. Did we scale and jump off the wall? Because I don't see a door for us to do this.
There
I
would
assume
be
we went out
door-
around the gate.
There would be doors
Or
leading
is
out
there a
the
gate?
side here. I will say.
Okay.
One, some of you guys
If
have
they're
access
not,
to
I'm just gonna
the
throw you
upper
guys over.
levels. Yes, there are doors out the side, so no worries there.
Awesome.
Listen, I had to
Alright.
make do with the map that I had. Okay, there's doors.
It's a fantastic map.
They're secret doors.
Secret tunnel.
They're hidden under these stone archways. You can't see them, but they're there.
Exactly.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. And time to get. I mean, it's what, like 4.
About this time, yeah, 4:30ish.
All right. Well, I don't know about
Back to
you.
sleep.
Onyx will go
But I
back to his
need-
rests.
Rest. Rest is what we need.
Onyx
But
will go
don't
back to his
worry.
rests.
Depends. Oh, does Mercy look
As
worried at all? Or
Mercedes turns,
on the left? Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
she does look worried. Yeah, she does look very worried, and she'll slide her sword back into the sheath and shaking her head, she'll turn to you. I don't know what's been up with him these past weeks. Something's changing in him apparently, and I fear for him.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was gonna turn to Sid and be like, "Somehow, this is your fault."
Sid's actually still fast asleep.
Okay,
He rolled low on his
turn to
perception
Onyx.
check.
I need you to give Sid this message. Somehow, this is your fault.
Wake him up immediately.
I'm surprised Mother Bassina hasn't learned to do this already. Just give messages to Onyx to give the Sid. Just
Onyx,
constant
Mother
disappointment.
Messina, I don't think has met Onyx.
I feel
Yeah.
like Mother Bassina would have
Nope.
cursed the thing.
Oh, she's
somehow.
probably gonna be like, "Oh, what is this thing?"
Devil magic.
Oh, she's nowhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, no.
fun.
And just start the
Um,
whole cycle all over again.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
we'll
like
deal with that
Mother
eventually,
Bassina would've
but
been like, I feel like Mother Bassina is one of those might first ask questions later.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
And
no,
Sid has been
he-
trying to
he might
avoid
be a
Bassina
paladin in disguise.
as
Could be
much
a
as possible.
paladin in disguise.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's probably wise.
Well, Sid has been trying to avoid Mother Bassina, and he's probably like already got that like installed and ingrained into Onyx. Frankly, like, hey, I'm gonna avoid Mother Bassina. You probably should too.
Is that
It's
would
just
you, like,
part of
Beware
its
the woman in the
protocol.
giant
extra
habit.
senses? Like,
Okay, you
your
are all
cat is
talking
always
there for a
just
minute.
trailing. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. You were saying?
Which one of us?
Marlon, go.
Okay. Double questioning. Does your cat just tail Mother Bassina and like warn you mentally, hey, she's getting close, move away, or hide?
She's probably done that before. Like that's probably been a routine that they've had at some point during the like a break, especially like if there's any time that he's like wanted to like Sid's wanted to talk with Mercy and like she's around Mother Basina. Like he'll send Caltress to go and like keep eyes on her.
That makes sense. Oh, to answer Mercedes, Merlin would have just essentially. It's good that he's got someone looking out for him, but I do hope you're not one of the types that'll the never give up types. Help him if you
No,
can.
certainly
This
not.
can't happen.
Then we shall see how he is in the morning, if he's fit to travel. We may be one less a companion.
Interesting. We will see
I
in the
can't
morning, it
say.
seems.
I don't know what to say. What
And you, Marlin, will you be ready for the morning?
should be, unless something else takes up my attention.
Do any of you know
Well,
what
let's
may
hope
be
not.
up with him? Why he might be distressed?
I think he's struggling with both halves of himself,
Can I speak with Animal to talk to
as it
the
were.
dog?
Oh, to talk to Nix?
Puppy?
You
Yeah.
sure can.
While everyone's doing all of this, she's just gonna like, even when she arrived, like all
Pet
of
the
that,
dog.
she just sat with the dog.
Oh wait, is the dog just down there with no one near him, or did he also shadow into the?
He was by the fire, from what I understood.
I would say that
Just
Nyx is
hanging
still
out.
there. I would say Nyx is still there. Nyx is
Each-
never going to have a collar or leash or or attached to the hip. But whenever Centurion calls him, he'll always come to him. That's the kind of dog he is.
No matter how far away he is.
Almost. It's like when you call your horse in a game and it just kind of just pops out of nowhere.
That actually tracks,
Demon
yeah.
Horse Roach.
Oh, Roach.
Roach.
Point is, yeah, he's still there. Good luck talking to Nyx, because I am not going to make it easy.
Oh, that's fine. She was just
See,
like,
there's 3 heads. There's 3 heads. Choose wisely.
that's why I'm gonna have a good time with this conversation. While everyone was like freaking out about your character like coming back all like messed up and everything, she doesn't know what you should look like, so she's kind of confused. So she's like, I'm gonna talk to the
She
only
assumes
thing that's
this is her
not
default.
freaking out, because like she has a lot on her mind as it is, and she's like, I don't need extra stress. I don't need to think about anybody else's problems right now. But I'm gonna talk to this dog. Never seen a 3-headed dog before.
Have a conversation with the dog. What's the
Oh, wait,
dog
first
doing?
and foremost, how do you have a conversation with a... Can you speak with animals?
I
It's
can't.
literally
Yep.
what the dog doing.
What the dog doing?
What's the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
What's up, dog?
Alright. So you cast Speak with Animals. What do you say to Nyx?
What you do? No.
And I guess most specifically,
Immediately sets you on
which
fire.
head do you speak to?
So she would have sat down and she would have looked at the dog with the 3 heads, and her first question would be like, do you all function with 1 mind or 3?
The more aggressive looking one says, do you walk with both legs or one?
I'm gonna assume 3 then. Is there a particular reason why you're out here? I'm assuming you're related to the rabbit person. If not, please correct me, because I don't know who's with who at this point. And it's too early to start figuring that out.
Well, the more derpy looking one well, he's doing what you did, kind of trying to listen to you, but also falling asleep.
She kind of like nods in like consolidation, like, dude, I get it. Get it.
Um, and then you have, it almost looks caring, like the head, if you will, his eyes, if you will, and he just says, we've been worried, but it's his own business.
So you're his companion, I assume.
We're his family.
She kind of nods, gives a yawn, because she's like fully not understanding the situation. Which is like, do you guys need anything? Should we leave him something? Does he need our help? I'm sorry. I really don't know what's going on.
The more aggressive one almost begins to snarl, seems protective, before the more caring head kind of like blows like air with the nose in that direction, if you will, and just to like calm him down. The aggressive head does say, "We need patience. He's gonna be fine. He's just been away for a long time."
Makes sense. And what about you three? One? Are you okay?
Yeah. The middle one does wake up all of a sudden, and say, "Yeah, it's definitely nice to finally talk, or someone talks to us. Not often we get to talk." And then he goes up and tries to like lick her hand and smell her hand too. The other two are still trying to pull away.
She kind of flinches a little because the only other dog-like creature has not been as friendly to her. But seeing as it doesn't seem like it's trying to bite her, she kind of reaches out, even though it's half pulling away, half coming towards her. She's like trying to reach out, be like, "Yeah, you could lick me. It's cool." Yeah, I've realized animals. I've been able to talk to them, and I find they're a lot easier to talk to, less confusing.
And the middle one, still very excited, says, "Yeah, it's really nice talking about this, and we haven't talked to Centurion since before this whole thing. I'm pretty sure he missed the entire lust." And then you see the other two just kind of glare at him, like to shut the hell up.
What?
Do I
wait,
catch that?
Centurion's totally possessed.
Do I catch the dogs giving the other dog the side eye?
I don't know. Do you? I don't know.
One of them's
Both
got loose
paws
lips.
just come up and just like right over his mouth. It's just
It's
all
a
over.
big
choke out the other dog.
Like you definitely see the other two you definitely see the other two look kind of glare at the middle one, and the middle one kind of just like puts his head down, and you just I don't know how to put it. Nick's caring, if you will, uh, just says we should probably go rest. We have a long road ahead of us.
She kind of squints her eyes at them, like super sus, but she also really doesn't understand the context.
Hmm.
And she just nods her head. She's like, okay, if you say so. I don't know about them, if they're gonna stay here or not. But should I shoo them away? I don't know if they're gonna stay.
They both almost in unison, almost, which it's kind of creepy. Say, "You guys still need to leave. It's not safe."
She nods and she gives the derpy one a pat on the head, and she kind of tries to reach out to see if the nice one will let her touch her as she gets up.
Sorry, I didn't want to cough in everyone's ear.
You're good.
She kind of just sniffs at the hand a little bit, and then, they walk away.
She kind of just nods her head. She's like, to herself, that's a better reaction than being bit at. So I'll take that. And she just looks at everyone as they're still trying to talk. And she's like,
Was that it, or were you just waiting to get attention?
She's like trying to get everyone's attention, but she's like,
Everyone just like,
I
all
don't
right,
know
you
if
need
that-
a lozenge?
Like, you need a lozenge?
Are you all right? Are you in need of assistance?
I don't need Baymax. Sorry, man.
I jumped down. Like, okay, this is actually okay. Okay, Marlon is actually going to go down and ask. So, did you figure anything out, or were you just petting the dog?
Kind of both. But they did say that we should leave. Something about him needing some space and time. But they said he'll be fine in the morning, so... Seeing as it's almost morning, and she kind of faces where the dawn is slowly peeking through the sky because it's 4 in the fucking morning. I'm
That's fair.
gonna go crash if we plan on leaving in the next few hours. I
That
suggest
might be
that
wise.
we all go soon, at least to bed.
That's fair. Did they tell you where we were going to sleep? Because I just crashed in with the animals.
Indeed.
We, Mercy, the place that we're staying at, that's co-ed, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's up to you, Marlon, if you wanted to crash with us there. There are a lot of empty beds.
I mean, and I look over. You had your fill already. They still need some of those things alive. Sure. I'm honestly going to pass out.
You and me both.
Maybe wise.
Let's go.
Did you speak with the doggy? That is what Mel referred to it as earlier.
Yes. Oh, shoot. I forgot to ask it its name. Did Nyx already leave? Or is Nyx still sitting there?
Nyx is gone.
Okay. So yeah, she's
Yeah.
gonna be
He's
like, look
getting
back
his
and see
ninja
the dog
training
is
too.
gone. She's like, scratches her head, like frustrated. She's like, oh, fuck. Note to self. Ask for me. But yes, I spoke to them, and they just suggest we go to bed. I don't know if you need to rest, but us humanoids do.
I rest.
Meat puppets.
Yes, meat puppets. Soul
Flesh
trumpet.
beings? Is this how you wish to be referred to?
Yes,
Flesh
ma'am.
I mean,
beings?
I've been
Humans.
told
Meat
it's drag.
popsicles.
Meat people?
They called
I
me a
do
flesh
understand that
bear.
I am the odd one out in this situation.
She kind of chuckles to herself, like, I don't know about that, but kind of, sure. I'm gonna head back. Mercy, Marlon, Onyx. I will see you guys in the morning.
Rest well.
Cool. I mean, I'm gonna follow just until you tell me where to go, because I have no idea.
You can follow me, or Mercy. I don't know if you still wanted to stay out here, but again, I suggest you need some rest, especially since you woke up not too long ago.
That was
Yes,
quite the yawn.
So,
Sleep is good.
question. What is the actual setup like? Am I grabbing a room next to your guys's, or is it all just a giant living room with a bunch
It's
of
just
beds
like
inside?
beds, right?
It's a giant room
Yeah.
with a bunch of beds.
All right, then I guess I'm grabbing an extra one.
Like a longhouse, like a Viking longhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. And
Oh,
my
okay.
lion is with me, and we are sleeping in this baby. How quickly do you guys go back to sleep?
Super fast. Like, she doesn't
Um,
even wait. She goes into the room. She doesn't know which one was her bed. She doesn't care. She just crashes in a bed.
Probably
Sleep in
not
bed.
too quickly. Worried mind.
You'll probably notice more often than not, Merlin is giving more than a few like quick. It's a weird mix of frustration, a little worry, a little anger, and confusion to our dear old Cruel.
Wait, what?
What?
That's a lot of emotions. That's
Wait,
that's a
yeah,
lot
what
of
were those
emotions.
emotions? Say them again.
Yes,
Oh,
cycling through them. Let's see. There were only four of them, guys. It's not like he was going through like the spectrum or anything. It was worry, frustration, anger, and the last one was
I'm pretty sure arousal was one of those.
surprisingly no. That is
Yeah.
clearly being sent occasionally to like Mercy, and
Ooh la la.
but that is very much secondary right now. It's
Oh, I totally
very
stole his
focused on her.
woman. I stole his woman. That's probably what it is.
interesting.
Oh my god.
No, because here's the thing. It's
See, a man
like
of
the
culture.
confusion,
Piety is sexy.
mixture, and there's like it all. He's worried, angry, confused, and concerned.
A man after Mercy's heart. Maybe quite literally.
All of it is at Dual, and there was, like I said, just the occasional. This was throughout the day. None of that has happened since he was woken up. He's only given her like the occasional glance and you're still awake, and then just back to staring at Dual.
I would like to say or make one note here about Nyx. Obviously, you know, Centurion has the bandages, bad waxing accident. But Nyx looks like not just like bigger, like beefier, considerably darker. Almost
Like
like
a darker
someone
lead.
like almost like someone took Vanta Black to him. He's starting to look almost like a void with legs.
Okay, so that'd be super noticeable.
Right. No, yeah. That's why I forgot to mention it last time. So yeah, it's very noticeable.
So to the guys that would already know the difference, they would probably caught on to that. We first time seers like will say, "Oh, that's just a cool dog, like a cool little."
If it wasn't for the eyes, which I would say are like this like light blue. You know how huskies have that light blue eye?
Yes.
Kind of like that. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, he'd look almost like formless. But yeah. So that's the only note I wanted to make on him. He's also changed.
Cool.
Last thing before he goes to sleep, for some odd reason, the covers over Crawl suddenly essentially just get pulled over her a bit more. That's a weird kind of tucking in.
He's not trying to strangle me, is he?
I mean, not unless he's putting just an extra cover over. I have no idea. You tell me, is that enough to kill you?
Not yet.
Hopefully not ever.
An interesting way of putting that, for sure.
Say that as a ...
Yo, you guys don't know my weaknesses. Like, you don't know blankets could be. Is it made out of cotton? Is it?
No, she's
Are you
definitely
allergic to cotton?
Oh no, she's alert. What are you, allergic to cotton? She has allergies. She has a tree nut allergy. She's magical and she has a tree nut allergy.
I am a
Listen,
druid.
I'm pretty sure you're allergic to lead.
Danger.
Aha!
Oh,
Aha!
Yeah. Bullets. Let's go burp.
So, anyways.
That flew right over my head. I had no idea what just happened.
It flew right
Troy,
over
you
your
are-
head
Lead
'cause you dodged
poisoning.
a bullet.
Lead poisoning and bullet.
It's got a bad case of lead poisoning.
In his brain.
Well,
Rattle
I
him,
mean,
boy.
you noticed the size of it.
That definitely
Alright.
went over my head.
Yep.
Oh god.
I guess we're all asleep.
Yep.
I think we go to sleep. Yes.
But yeah, everyone manages to get back
Mhm.
to sleep. And
Onyx starts charging again.
that is where we
Goes back
will
into charge.
call the session for today.
Okay, so I was just about to
We
say, guys,
did
it's
it.
12.
Yeah.
All right.
We
It
made it to
ended
the
like
first
really
day.
good timing. I'm proud of that one.
Actually, yeah, it worked out pretty
perfect.
nice.
Woo.
Start next session
Looking
bright and early.
Bright and early.
I will
forward
be
to overreading into the vision. Very fun.
Good, I'm glad. A lot of interesting developments this session. This should be fun
Oh, yeah.
to see how they all
Oh.
play out. I'm excited. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.
Awesome.
Always
Yeah.
thankful for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Always a fun day.
This is
Oh,
very
this was
fun.
fun.
Thank
Get
you,
some
Miss
good
Crystal, for
planning.
everything.
Oh,
Everything.
you're
Right?
welcome.
Considering we
Yo, Crystal,
started.
you're a fucking saint.
Listen, I
Yes,
Yeah, I was
it's
alright.
true.
tried. Hey,
Again, you will not have a husband by the end of this trip.
you know what? Fair. I'll just leave him in Vegas. It's fine. I wonder how much I could sell him off for.
Probably
Honestly,
I'll have to pay
and a
someone.
tattoo.
depending on how we do it here, you could just get you a job here.
You know, I lived in Vegas already, so I could probably just get a job where I used to work.
Good luck.
Yeah. There are actually a bunch
As
of
a
these places.
stripper?
No,
And
I
with
was
that,
the
I'm
I
gonna
was the
end the
guy that
live stream.
I
Bye,
was the
YouTube.
guy that came with the stripper. He
Bye,
was
YouTube.
like, yeah, I have